welcome to my channel. Today, I want to talk about Micheal Avenetti.
So, Micheal Avenetti wants some press? Let's talk about him for a second. I don't know what's up with this live, but it keeps skipping, so I'm going to try to skip through it and just let y'all see just a little bit of what he had to say with his last press conference on R. Kelly. And I'm trying to figure out, why are they still letting this man hold these press conferences when he has a whole slew of cases pending against him, with extortion being one of the main charges. And yet, people don't seem to connect the dots and realize that this was an extortion plot gone wrong. And now they're just taking this shit way too fucking far. So as you can see, it's still stuck. I don't know what the hell is up with that, so we'll skip.
And June Brown at Kelly's home fields. Mr. Brown placed a VHS tape into a VCR, and he had video. The associate a huge sum of money in the allegedly stolen videotapes. Following that meeting, the associate.
So he's telling y'all about these tapes that were stolen from R. Kelly and this whole plot. Only they're going to give you a little pieces of what really happened, of course, but just listen.
Videotape. He watched it in an effort to ensure that it was the tape. R. Kelly with the sexual act with the young girl, and returned to his place of residence. He provided each of them with a copy of the videotape that he had recovered. He provided, to be clear, one copy.
He provided them with a copy of the tape. A copy, not the tape. So y'all keep sitting here acting slow, talking about how these tapes keep popping up. Like, did y'all forget there were a whole lot of tapes? Like, people made bootleg copies of this tape. Ain't no telling who the fuck got these tapes. So as far as all these people commenting, talking about, I saw the tape, why did you see the tape? Did you hear that it was supposed to be R. Kelly and a child? Why did you watch the tape? So y'all sitting here pointing fingers. If I were y'all, I'll just sit back and be quiet. I wouldn't even say that, because y'all look a little bit suspect, if you ask me.
Following that, he had multiple discussions with Mr. Kelly and Mr. McDavid regarding paying him what they had agreed to pay him for the recovery of the videotape. He traveled to Chicago and had multiple meetings with Mr. Kelly, demanding to be paid for the return of the videotape. Mr. Kelly questioned regarding the videotape, and he specifically told.
So this person is demanding to be paid for recovering this sex tape.
The associate, quote, where that tape was, but that he certainly was not withholding it from him. Around the same time, a associate number 2, who was also close to Mr. Kelly at one time and knew Miss Van Allen, was contacted by Mr. Kelly, who was desperate to locate the tape that I just mentioned, the tape with Miss Van Allen. He promised associate
The tape with who? Lisa Van Allen. The fuck out of here.
number 2 the payment of $100,000 if he returned that tape to Mr. Kelly. Associate number 2 traveled to Chicago on at least 2 separate occasions. The first occasion, he had located this tape. He provided it to Mr. Kelly. Mr. Kelly required him to take a polygraph examination to ensure that no other copies had been made. Associate number 2 failed the polygraph examination. Ultimately, $100,000 for the recovery of videotape. He was paid $100,000 after Mr. Kelly was convinced that no other copies existed. Both associate number 1 and associate number 2 were threatened repeatedly with physical violence, physical harm, and death if they did not recover these videotapes and provide them to the street.
Now, clearly, I feel like they just added all that extra shit, talking about some they threatened them and all that other stuff. Like, at the end of the day, he didn't have to threaten them. He just gave them the money they were asking for. And when they failed to comply with whatever agreement they had, that's when things went left. But the thing that I find crazy is people sitting over here, again, pointing the finger at R. Kelly. But if you, with that same finger, feel like that tape consists of an underage girl, a minor, and you are aware that it is Lisa Van Allen who stole the tape, passed this tape on to this person, passed this tape on to this person, y'all end up taking this tape to the damn magazines. If y'all know all this occurred and y'all are not sitting here pointing that same finger at Lisa Van Allen, Barry Hankerson, Darrell McDavid, all these people, Sparkle, all these people that had a hand in putting this sex tape out in order to extort money from R. Kelly. If y'all want to point a finger, point those same fingers at some more individuals, since we point fingers.
Mr. Kelly, on at least one occasion, told associate number 1 that he would be, quote, dead, close quote. Another copy of the first tape surfaced.
If another copy, so that means a copy has surfaced. So he's angry, saying what's going on. So clearly he realizes there's copies of the tape. See, I don't know who they run these stories by, but I be paying attention to the specific words that they use. So when they keep throwing out copies and all this shit, okay, that's telling me a lot.
Mr. Kelly also bragged to associate number 1 that he had dotted his I's and crossed his T's, quote unquote, and that the young girl who was depicted in the videos and the young girl's family would not testify against him in connection with the trial because he had relocated them and paid them off. It was subsequently learned that Mr. Kelly, through multiple means, had paid the young victim and her family over $2 million not to testify and come forward in connection with the 2008 trial. Kelly fans, 2008 trial and the fact that he was acquitted, it was bogus. R. Kelly bought his acquittal. He bought this victim and their parents and ensured that the truth was never told to that jury in 2008.
Alright, I'm done with his press conference because now I got to prove my point. He a motherfucking lie. Let me tell you. Hell. First of all, if y'all want to do a quick little Google search, just Google search 4 with the number 4, the cause, 2008, and let's see what pops up. And I guarantee you're going to come across some of the information that I came across in my search, and that is Rashonda Landfair did not show up at this trial because she had already given her testimony along with her parents. And this was on an affidavit. She did this with the grand jury. She stated, as well as her parents, it was not her on the tape. And the reason she wasn't at the court, if y'all don't recall, this trial was prolonged so fucking long, they ended up going on tour in Europe. In Germany, I'm sorry. So if you want to know where Rashonda Landfair was at the R. Kelly trial, at the time of the R. Kelly trial, she was living her life touring with her band. Now, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but I'm going to run with the facts and not what people assume. Because she didn't testify, people assume she was bought off. Well, let's see how you prove that. Because I'm about to pull up this article which clearly shows you how much of a liar Avenetti is in saying that they bought the family off with $2 million. First of all, they have never, in all the stuff I've heard, they've never told an amount. And now all of a sudden they're saying 2 million, which another couple articles have come out dispelling those rumors that they were not bought off, that they have absolutely denied those claims as well. Yet, as you can see, what is he holding a press conference about? R. Kelly's 2008 trial. And they keep asking us why we keep talking about the old trial. Because you dumb fucks, it's about the old trial. And if you too stupid to comprehend that, get the fuck off my channel right now. Don't even continue watching my videos because none of this will ring home to you. You'll never understand where the extortion began. And at the end of the day, if you cannot recognize that this man has been extorted for decades, then again, you might need to stop this video and go on about your business because this ain't the channel for you. But let's just go to the facts. He said R. Kelly bought this family off. He bought his conviction. No, actually, the jurors could not determine after watching this tape over and over and over that this was a child on the tape. So if multiple people on this jury pan are sitting here saying that they cannot tell who it is, you're going to sit here and tell me that Sparkle gonna tell you within 3 seconds of watching the video she knew that was her niece off top. Be for real. But watch this. Alright, here go the article, which came out following Avenatti's bullshit press conference. R. Kelly 2 mil payoff for 2008 acquittal is bullshit, claims family of alleged victim. So again, these people keep speaking on behalf of the family and on behalf of Rashonda Landfair, but she is not claiming to be a victim. R. Kelly didn't buy an acquittal in 2008 by paying off the alleged child victim and her family, so says the family. Attorney Christopher Brown, who represents the family, tells TMZ the claims made by Micheal Avenetti suggesting the victim did not testify in the trial because the family received a $2 million payoff for their silence are false and have no basis in reality. Just like this article that came out saying R. Kelly over 20 underage sex tapes exposed with help of his ex-staffers. That was absolutely bullshit. And let's tell you where majority of these facts come from if you missed it last time. From the Clarys, from the Savages, from Jim Derogatis, from people like this, from Avenetti. When you hear these fake news storylines, they are coming from these crooked individuals. In what world do you sit here and feed information, bullshit information, to the media as an effort to disturb the public, to call attention to something that could easily be handled in the courtroom? You can see, unless necessary, Steve Greenberg is not sitting here posting, but he will respond. Now, Avenetti, on the other hand, clearly, that is his purpose, to manipulate the masses. And what's funny is people let him. But let's talk about who Micheal Avenetti really is.
His ability to garner publicity to inflict financial and reputational harm on the company. Avenatti's conduct had nothing to do with zealous advocacy for a client or any other kind of legitimate legal work. Instead, Avenetti used illegal and extortionate threats for the purpose of obtaining millions of dollars in payments for himself. Avenetti repeatedly pressured the company to agree to pay or risk having Avenetti hold a press conference that he claimed would dramatically drive down the stock price of the company and its market value. As Avenetti threatened in one recorded meeting, if the company did not meet his demands, the company might die, but if not, it was, quote, going to be inflicted with cut after cut after cut after cut. As alleged, the entire scheme played out in less than a week. Avenetti first met with representatives of the company last Tuesday, March 19, in Manhattan. At that meeting, Avenetti said he represented a client who coached an amateur high school basketball team sponsored by the company, which is Nike. The team had recently lost that contract worth $72,000 a year, and Avenetti claimed the coach had information about potential misconduct by employees at Nike. The allegations of misconduct were similar in kind to those that formed the core of a prior criminal prosecution brought by our office, that payments were made to families of high school basketball players. In that meeting, and in subsequent conversations that were recorded as part of our investigation, Avenetti threatened to hold a press conference at which he would make these allegations public if the company did not agree to his financial demands.
Does that sound familiar to y'all? Does that not look like exactly what the fuck Avenetti did with R. Kelly? Is that not what he did? He first approached this man. He tried to get some money out of him. It didn't work. He holds his press conference. Here we go. Over and over. When does it stop? When will people stand up and call out the bullshit? How do you sit here and listen to a man tell you all this bullshit when on the other hand, these people are saying that he is over here trying to tell us if we don't do what he say do, pay him what he want us to pay him, he gonna tell the public all kind of lies. Misconduct. Again, this whole bullshit Me Too movement. You got the city girls out here repping City Girl Summer, which is scamming and robbing rich men, and y'all out here acting stupid like y'all don't recognize what the fuck is going on. This is what makes me mad. So let's talk more about Michael Avenetti. Just hold. Because if you go on his Twitter, you will recognize that he does a lot of back and forth beefing with every fucking body. But what's funny is, if you always look at his page, he always makes sure to pin R. Kelly. R. Kelly. That's his golden ticket. That's the golden goose in his own words. And we'll get to a message that he had to say later on.
You see, on July 7th, Michael Avenetti, and we've got the pictures, screenshots, we're going to show them all to you. On July 7th, Michael Avenetti tweets the following. Could AOC win a statewide race in Michigan, Ohio, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, or Florida? That's what he tweeted out. July 7th, it was a Sunday. So I quote tweeted it, retweeted with comment, whatever you call it, and I said, quote, yes, she can. The question you should be worried about is, can you win your trial for being a corrupt fraud who stole from his clients? Simple question, right? You know, a little bit of light trolling here and there on Twitter never hurt anybody. Except apparently it hurt Michael Avenatti's feelings when he finally noticed it this past Sunday. Now here's the thing I'm trying to figure out actually right off the top of my head. Did he not notice it until a week later? Or was he so pissed off about it that it took him a full week to send me, in a direct message, this response? And here's the screenshot of it. You are truly a piece of shit. A disgrace. How can you call yourself a lawyer when you don't even believe in the presumption of innocence? Get the fuck off my feed. You are a nobody and always will be. And your picture, ha 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 ha. All right.
As you can see, when you call Michael Avenetti out on his bullshit, he get in his feelings. But the truth is the truth. He's a fraud. Period. Let's go on. Now, just to go back with the receipt for the calls in 2008, you can even notice the language. They were in Germany. That's why she didn't testify. So despite what Avenetti told you, and despite what you really want to believe, Rashonda Landfair was not at that trial, not because she was paid off, because she was on tour. And by the way, while I'm on this picture, let's take a good look at this picture. Does this is Rashonda Landfair. Does this look like the girl from the photos you've seen all over the internet that are supposed to be her in the video? There's the photo. I already know who I feel like it is, and it's not her. And that's why she wasn't at the trial, because she already gave her testimony, and they have that affidavit stating it was not her. So I just find it funny that in the midst of trying to call out R. Kelly and milk this whole Surviving R. Kelly docuseries, this man is facing aggravated identity theft, engaging in a scheme to defraud a former client, federal charges himself. His former client, which gave him a little bit of buzz, Stormy Daniels, which he represented against Trump, also stated that he embezzled money from her and has the nerve to try to represent these R. Kelly victims, knowing they are full of shit. So I'll wait for his press conference discussing his extortion charges. That's what I'll wait for. Here's an article which, as I pointed out in his statements earlier, they keep talking about copies of this tape. This clearly says, speaking at a press conference in Chicago, Avenetti says that at least one of the whistleblowers who are speaking out against R. Kelly made copies of the tapes that Avenetti ultimately turned over to Cook County's attorney, Kim Fox. Avenetti himself faces mounting legal problems. He was charged in March with trying to extort up to $25 million from Nike. I just have to keep going across that. And he did this by threatening to go public with claims that the sportswear company was facilitating improper payouts by promising young athletes and their families. So, same type of shit. And it's funny, they go straight from that to back on R. Kelly. And they continue to feed off of what he has to say. Like, his opinion should be null and void. Anything that he brought to this case should be null and void. If he brought witnesses, bye. If he brought evidence, out of here. That shit is inadmissible because of him alone. What the fuck? People are saying what that won't affect the case. He's only helping the case. Fuck all that. He is not the person to be helping shit. And then they start leaking out this information that Rashonda is cooperating. Well, let me tell you my opinion. I feel like if nothing more, she is giving her statement again, which is what they are requesting. That does not mean she is cooperating. So again, if that is a narrative you want to feed into, by all means. I don't. On a more positive note, if anybody wants to write R. Kelly, this is the information. But this is just a general sum up of why Michael Avenetti and anything he brought to this R. Kelly case should be inadmissible. Period. You all have a great day.